Welcome to Vibrant Numerals. This video is going to talk about the vibration tapestry and how you can make it work for you in your manifestations. I'm Elizabeth, and I help spiritual practitioners and number enthusiasts apply numerology to their practice and to their everyday life. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and hit the notification button so you can get all of the next videos. So I'm asked often what vibration actually looks like when you're experiencing it and how to tap in and really be able to use that energy. For those of you that are new to me and don't know, the way I see the world, the best way I can explain it is like from the scenes in the movie The Matrix, where everything is made up of numbers, um, like the computer code. That's what I see all the time. And I went most of my life thinking that that's how everybody saw the world. And it wasn't until I was an adult that I found out that nope, I just see the world in a very unique way. And so I want to explain to you a little bit about what this vibration tapestry is. So all of these vibrations, everything is vibration, everything is energy. So if everything is energy, everything, what energy is different vibrations woven together. And so it looks like this big tapestry, but there's spaces in the tapestry, there's layers in the tapestry, and the layers could be close or far from us, and they look different when they're interacting with us or with another energetic form. Um, they do move, so like I can see the movement of energy in the tapestry. I can see uh, energy coming in through this tapestry. And so how we experience this tapestry is kind of in layers. So this first layer, and I put it at the top just because it's like the outside layer. So if you think about this tapestry kind of being like a thick blanket, and it's made up of all of these strands of vibration. The one that we interact with first is this attention layer. So this is where we get an attention message. And then once it gets our attention and we are uh, connecting to that vibrational stream, to that energy stream, then that's where we can get more of the message. And here, this is the important message. So this is the part of the message that is why it's important. Um, and I know the English is weird here, but that's kind of how when you're trying to translate vibration, it comes out this way. Um, and then once you understand and accept the importance, then you could get to the take action layer. So this is a take action message in this layer. And once you take that action, so the connection in that energy is actually taking the action, then you get to an outcome. And I'm going to give you some examples of what's happening in the current energy right now that I'm seeing so you can see how this actually plays out. So typically what I see is that there's part of the tapestry where these layers are thicker or thinner. They're It's bigger or smaller, and like how big or small they are is how many people they're impacting. And it tends to be smaller groupings of people um, that are impacted. by any set of layers of vibration. But right now, this tapestry has become um, very thick and powerful. And so it's impacting a lot of us. So most of us should be feeling and experiencing, and could be feeling and experiencing these same vibrations. So right now, what I'm seeing at that attention level is a lot of these triplets numbers or repeating numbers. This tends to be at the message level, so this is not very different than it usually is. It's just more people are experiencing this than usual. But when you're first coming into the recognition of energy, um, and a message that's trying to come through to you through the vibrational tapestry, you can see these repeating numbers. Um, but a lot of times people get stuck or stop at this number, at this layer, where they are seeing these repeating numbers, feeling how powerful they are, because when you have a vibration where it's that same vibration tied together, so in like these repeating numbers, it feels amplified. And so people get stuck here. But it's important to then move on to this important message, to get to the importance. And so when you're seeing these repeating numbers, you should be really paying attention to what you're thinking and how you're feeling. And this will help you get to that next layer of importance. What I'm seeing a lot at that importance level, and this importance level is so thick. So, what sits at this importance level is a lot of karmic energy, um, a lot of like generational collective impact energy. Um, so this is where the energy of how things are moving and what things are taking place and what's transpiring, um, this is where a lot of the messaging about that occurs. And I'm seeing a lot of this 11 to 2. And so I'm seeing this in these numbers that are adding up to 11. And what a lot of this importance is that it seems to be time for us to clearly see and recognize the duality that we're living in, because we live in a dualistic world, but we need to be recognizing the importance of getting rid of that duality or working through it, figuring out how to bring those extremes together. So going from the 11 to the 2. So instead of just balancing between two extremes or between two options, you're actually bringing them together to create something brand new. We also have right now where Pluto has just moved into Aquarius, which is the sign of revolution and is ruled by Uranus, which is this planet of innovation. And so that's some of this energy also, is this making of something new, recognizing the duality in what currently exists and figuring out how to transform it into something new. And so you'll know that you're tapping into or you're getting this importance message by seeing these numbers that add up to 11. So it's not just like seeing like above where it's just getting your attention, where you just see the 11 or you see 1111, but it's tapping in deeper to now you're starting to get what the importance is, because then these numbers and the order in which they come actually give you the steps of how to get and fully understand the importance of the 11 to 2. at the take action level, this is very thin right now, but it's extremely active. So for anyone that's able to get to this take action layer, you will be able to take advantage of this energy and manifest very quickly and very big. But these actions aren't necessarily always easy. And so the actions that are being required right now, I'm seeing a lot of this 67 to 13. So a lot of numbers that are adding to 13, which is transformation. It's like the biggest change you could make, the biggest transformation. So it's like this requirement of fully transforming. Not a little bit anymore is enough. You need to fully transform. And 67 is actually the numerical vibration of Chiron, which is the wounded healer. It's our wound. And so there seems to be a lot of activated wounds, both at the individual level, community level, and collective levels. So all of these levels of like relationship and together is expressing this wounding. And so an action would be to work through the healing of that wounding, or at least recognizing that that wounding exists. So that a transformation can be made. You would know that you are in this take action if you're seeing 67, or you are seeing numbers that add up to 13. So not just 13, because that would be up there at getting your attention. And then here at this take action, when you see that number that's adding up to 13, it feels like it's pushing you forward. So this is when you know that you're taking action. The other one that's coming up a lot is 87. And 87 adds up to 15. And 15 is this energy between like choosing between bondage and freedom. Choosing between if you are going to be in bondage by your actions, or are you going to be freed by your actions. And so it's a lot of the action that needs to be taken is making this choice, where it's going to happen, but you're having to choose if you are going to be in bondage to it, or if you're going to be freed by it. And neither one of those is positive or negative. All of these vibrations and energy are neutral. They just change and differ and impact our lives differently based on our own personal perspectives and our own personal experiences of them. So here, if you are seeing or experiencing 87 or any number that is adding up to 15. Again, the 15 could come in at that attention stage, or even at the importance stage, to help you get to taking the action. But really, the action behind the 15 or any of the numbers that add up to 15 are making this choice. And when it's 87, we're starting with taking some kind of action, but that it's in flow. So it's nothing forced, it's in flow of the energy, that's the 7, and it's creating or challenging, or both, these infinitely cycling energies, that's the 8, of like karma or repetition or habit, behavior. Also addiction is an 8 vibration. And then once we get through this take action message now, and we've taken action, now we get to this outcome. And sometimes the outcome, you can see it both at the attention phase so it gets your attention of like this is what the outcome is, but you still have to go through what is the importance and what's the action to take. But the outcomes that are coming up a lot are this 189 and 198. Both of these add up to 18 and get to the 9. So 2025 is a 9 year. So we know that there's a lot of 9 energy that's bringing about these endings and conclusions to a lot of things. And so I'm not surprised that this is an outcome. But it's these opportunities that are coming up. So it's these opportunities. So it's like once you go through and you take the action. So for example, if you are seeing any of those action messages and you tap in and you're like, oh, it's one of these 11s. Now you tap in even more, you get even deeper into the energy and you see, oh, I need to take action around transforming this wound that I have. And then once you do that, now an opportunity opens. Or you receive untempered power. So power that cannot be controlled. So it's like you're able to freely and very powerfully manifest because you've proven that you can handle that power. So these are the current energies that I'm seeing. So hopefully this is helpful. Please let me know what questions you have and we can continue to talk about this and we'll talk about it more. Thanks for joining me. We'll continue this conversation. Let me know in the comments what your questions are about this vibration tapestry and how you can use it to manifest whatever you want. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. I have a free numerology calculations guide below that'll help you get started on this journey. And I'll see you soon. Bye.